In a world where carbs are your enemy, you need one man to help you fight your battles. That man is Jimmy.
Combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live, and we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. How we get started is we start off over on Instagram. So go follow me on Instagram at Living Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. Once you're there, you can engage live in the content, just like all of these awesome people are doing right now. If you missed the live, it's all good. You can watch it on replay for up to 24 hours on Instagram. After 24 hours, it does disappear. So hop on over to YouTube, where we put all the past episodes of this here show. Finally, we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which is not only on Apple Podcasts. I just literally found out 5 minutes ago, we're now on Stitcher. So those of you that are like, we don't do Apple, okay, great. Go to Stitcher and you can download the Jimmy Rants podcast, which has the best of the best moments of this here show in podcast form. JimmyRants.com is the website. Today's Jimmy Rants is all about a disturbing trend that I've seen happening online, and it's just continuing to get worse and worse and worse. Here's what happens. People go keto, and they choose their version of keto. So somebody chooses to put intermittent fasting into their schedule. They choose to eat meats and vegetables and fat. They do they put the focus on like a high fat aspect of their diet. They moderate down on their protein, they cut their carbs, and they implement periods of intermittent fasting. And so they jubilantly type in, "This is what I'm doing, and I've lost 15 pounds, and I've come off of blood pressure medication, and my A1C is dropping, blood sugar dropping," all of these really, really good things happening in their health. And what happens? People say, "Oh no, don't you know that butter has a whole lot of calories in it, so you really need to back off on the butter. Oh, whoa, that fasting thing, are you trying to mess up your thyroid hormones? You're a woman, don't you know you're going to not be able to conceive if you implement periods of intermittent fasting? Whoa, wait a minute. You should be eating a whole lot of protein in your diet," and on and on and on. You guys feel me? You know you've seen it out there. And so what I want to talk about here today is let's encourage and celebrate those who are taking steps towards health. Because people are getting discouraged left and right when they're doing so many good things in their health. You know you've seen this. And it's so discouraging to me, because you're trying to help people understand that this is their journey. You're trying to help educate them with good information that's going to help them. You're doing all the right things in your health, and you're trying to make your health better by changes in your diet and your lifestyle. And what are others doing? They're discouraging you. What are others doing? They're trying to devalue the good that you've done in your weight and health journey. And that ticks me off to no end, because how many people would then hear those things, would then take that, run with it, and go, "Well, I guess I'm not doing it right, so let me go back to eating crappy garbage." Is that what they want? Is that what people that do this to others that are doing so well in their journey, is that what they want them to do? And guys, I'm not immune to it. I've been doing this keto carnivore thing. I'm in day 27 of doing a higher fat carnivorous diet. And I posted a picture earlier today of what I had yesterday, and I had butter along with some meat. And so some lady wrote on my post, Well, couldn't you have just eaten the meat? What's with the butter? Why are you having to add extra calories? I don't understand. And I'm like, go mind your own business. I have lost over 20 pounds doing this. I feel better doing this. I'm getting results doing this. The correct answer is, great job, Jimmy. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. We're really proud of you. We encourage you. We lift you up. We celebrate all of this great stuff that is happening in your health right now as a result of doing this. That's the answer. Not judgment, not scorn, not woulda, coulda, shoulda, hadda. Anybody else as outraged at this as I am? Of course, this is Jimmy Rant, so I can be a little outraged. But it really ticks me off because far too many people who are kind of brand new to this and they start to feel better and they start to lose weight and they start to see improvements in their health at the very time that they're so vulnerable, not really sure, is this the right thing? Not really sure whether they should continue keto or not, even though they feel good, because people are now telling them how horrible whatever it is that they did is to their bodies. And that's unacceptable to me. I will call you out if you do that crap to me. And I have. I don't put up with it. And the saddest part to me is this is what makes people afraid to say anything online. This is what makes people hop offline. I need to do a whole Jimmy Rants about this at some point, that there's certain people that I know that have now jumped off of social media because of just all the ugliness and vitriol that seems to be a constant daily thing that happens. And I think if all the good people leave the internet, I mean, where do we go? How do you interact? How do you influence other people? I'm not going anywhere, by the way. I have very thick skin. I've been at this game for far too long to let a few buttholes get me offline. But not everybody is that foolish, I suppose, or you know, I've just built up an immunity to the scorn that people like to try to put out there. But what I'm saying in this one is there's too many people starting and doing so well when they start on a ketogenic diet, when they start any life change, really, because people will discourage them and beat them down. So what do you do about it? Well, I encourage you, please put your story out there. Please be willing to be vulnerable. Be willing to hear that stuff and then be willing to delete and block people, because you don't deserve that in your life. If you're doing well, I want to tell you right here, right now, if you're doing well in whatever you're doing, whatever your modality, if you're doing vegan and you're feeling better and you're getting health markers that you're looking for, I'm going to celebrate and encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. If you're doing paleo and you're getting the same results, I'm going to encourage you to keep it going. Because we have too much negativity, and that negativity is bringing on stress. The stress is bringing on cortisol, which raises blood sugar, raises insulin levels, and it's no good for your body. So I'm resolving right here, right now, that I am going to encourage and celebrate everyone who is taking a step towards health, and I encourage you to do the same thing. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for being here on this episode of Jimmy Rants. If you just joined us, by the way, we do have the Jimmy Rants podcast, not just on Apple Podcast, it's on Stitcher now. So be sure to subscribe. Those of you that aren't Apple people, go subscribe and listen to the show. Hey, Rachel Gregory, thanks for being here. See, Rachel knows. She's been at this gig for a while. Right on, Jimmy. Thank you, Kathy. First meal, keto, raw, carnivorous was done. Oh, good, Alberto. I'm still going to watch you do it. I'm not so much a raw red meat guy. Oh, no, you're doing something that's working. What you doing? Yes, Kimberly. Yeah, that's That I wouldn't mind those, though. I don't mind the people that inquire about what are you doing to help them. It's the ones that say, no, 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 you're doing it all wrong when you're getting results. And yet they tell you you're doing it all wrong. I stopped listening to those people. Do what is right for you. Yes, Keto Love 21. Exactly. Not everybody, though, realizes that those people aren't helpful. Can I just put it bluntly and say those people are the cancer of your hopes and dreams? They really are. And I use that word very deliberately. Those kind of negative people in your life that would dare post that kind of thing on your social media pages, they are the cancer that will eat you alive from the inside out if you allow them to stay there. It's time to pour some chemo on top of their heads. Eyes on your own plates, people, says Lori Mutter. Yes, exactly. All right. Oh, you like my word buttholes, huh? I put down turd balls this morning in one of my posts, Kimberly, and people love that word too, so. Keto coach Russ Holstein, my mom repeatedly continues to question my nutrition, but when I saw her and stepdad over the holidays, they both raised eyebrows and were amazed how good I'm looking. It gave them pause to reconsider. And Russ, living by example. And see, here's the thing with this keto carnivore thing. I've lost so much weight and I feel so much better and my skin's gotten a whole lot clearer. I want to see these people who tell me now that all that, quote, butter on my plate is too much and I'm eating too many calories, probably having somewhere around 2,600 on average calories a day. I want to see what they have to say when I'm down 50, 60 pounds in a few months, when I get blood work back and insulin has fallen well into the single digits. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? You know, negativity is no bueno. Ashton, I love that. That is something I like to say. It's no bueno at all. Nancy, Virginia Beach, it is hard enough for newbies because of the conflicting info being put out there. We just need to be supportive of all trying to go keto. Just giving up sugar is hard for many. Indeed it is, Nancy. And by encouraging those people, getting people to take some action towards health is amazing. So if that means somebody's coming from the crappiest of crappy garbage diet and now they embrace diet sodas instead of sugary sodas, now they eat keto treats instead of the sugary treats, now they have ground beef, maybe not grass-fed, but ground beef instead of like meatloaf with breadcrumbs. All of those choices are a step in the right direction. And so if people are doing a step in the right direction in their health, we got to celebrate that. Now, obviously, you can also impart knowledge while you give encouragement and celebration to those people. So here's how that would look. That person I just described, I would go on there and I would say, I am just utterly amazed and proud at what you're accomplishing here. And I can definitely help you if you ever get to the point where you want to incorporate more real whole foods into the diet. I'd be delighted to help you as you continue this journey. Keep up the good work. Now, that's what I would say. Is there anything judgmental in what I said? No. Is there anything encouraging about what I said? Yes. Did I impart some knowledge upon them that maybe they could take in the future when they're ready to make that choice? Absolutely. And that's the way you handle it. Thanks for hanging in there. I appreciate you and Christine more than you'll ever know. Oh, thank you, Christine. Appreciate that. You rock, Jimmy. Thank you, Southern and Keto. Sue Ellen Beat says, my dad tried to convince me keto is bad for my kidneys and commented that the first humans didn't live long because they were paleo. He just doesn't know better. It isn't always internet people. This is true. People in real life are getting kind of blunt now because the internet has empowered them to make whatever asinine comments they want. By the way, the reason paleo people didn't live long was they got eaten by saber-toothed tigers. Not because of their diet. Oy vey. Living well, feeling well is the best revenge. Yes, Christine. Absolutely. Dr. Joe 413, they're just jealous, though they could be on a healthy journey as well, instead of spending their time commenting on others. What I want to know is all the energy that people put into judging other people and not encouraging them, not celebrating them for their success, and instead digging in their heels and saying, you're doing it all wrong. All that energy that they put into those efforts, can you imagine how powerful the keto community could be if every single one of those people put their same amount of energy into being encouragers, into celebrating the successes of others, and to putting out messages into the world? How cool would this community be? As good as it is now, how much better would it be? Celebrate all steps in the right direction. Exactly. Well, hello, keto. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so the bottom line, you guys, in this Jimmy Rants is, let's all vow. Will you do that for me? Will you vow right now that you will take steps to be proactive in encouraging and celebrating people? When you see somebody post, even if it's not the way you would have done it, celebrate them, encourage them, tell them you're here to help them in any way that you can. Help people who are trying to take steps in the right direction, because we have far too much discouragement. I wonder how many people went keto, saw success, but they got discouraged by the turd balls, as I call them, and they haven't gotten back on it again. And let me be honest, since I'm talking about keto carnivore, what I'm doing now, when I first got online and I had success with a low-carb diet and I started talking about it, I had the carnivore people come on and say, oh, you need to just eat 0 carbs. And if you're not eating 0 carb, you're not doing it right. And so I would try to learn from those people. All right, why is 0 carb better? Well, you just need to do it and just listen to me. And you're just fat and you just don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that's not telling me why I should do it. So put lipstick on a pig and tell me what's going on here. Well, you just don't understand the science. And if you understood the science, you would be doing this already. And I can't understand why. I'm like, will you people just tell me how to do it and what to do? And it got so frustrating to me that I resisted eating a meat-based carnivorous diet for a very long time because of the very personalities that were promoting it. Because they weren't encouraging to me. They weren't celebrating what I had done in my weight and my health. Had they done that and they said, you know, you're getting lots of great results from your low-carb diet, and that is amazing, and we're super proud of what you've been able to accomplish. We think you could be a powerful human in your body and everything working properly and everything if you cut the carbs completely out and ate mostly meat. And then here's some of the links to how it works. And if they were encouraging along the way, I probably would have done this a decade ago. I would have. But because of the turd balls, I didn't. And so the very thing they wanted me to do made me not want to do it. And now I'm doing it because there are kinder, gentler, encouraging, celebrating people in that space who have convinced me it's probably a good idea, and now I'm getting the results from it. See how that worked? How easy was that? I take my energy and I'm putting it into making myself healthy and helping others get healthy. Ashton, that is the way to do it. Yes, we must be in this life together always, Dr. Joe. What can you do when you feel like you're surrounded by naysayers? I'll be over here with my fatty steak. Thank you very much, says Terry. I love it, Terry. That's awesome. Oh, I see my sister Beverly just got here. Hey, Bev. All we are saying is give cheese a chance, or meat. Fatty living cures all, says Russ. That's awesome. Hey, Shearston, what's up? What's up? I unfollowed one of those guys today. The delivery is key. The arrogance is just sickening. And we juro. I wonder, and I've talked about this on other Jimmy Rants, but I wonder how many of the weirdos in keto that are so judgmental towards other people, I wonder how many people they've turned off, that then maybe they come across somebody like me or others that are a little more kind and compassionate. And then they're like, whoa, wait a minute. This is nothing like what I saw before. And so this is why I remain so active, so vigilant about my work, is people need to hear there is a kinder, gentler version of keto that maybe they haven't been exposed to before. And there's big time groups on Facebook, you guys, that are the about keto, that are the ugliest of ugly, judgmental people that you'll ever see. And they don't care. They don't care how they come across. But we care, and thus we're out here trying to help people. SM Curry 72, I want to learn more about keto carnivore. Well, I'm doing it right now, and I tested for 28 days. Tomorrow will be my 28th day. Go listen to my podcast. KetoHackingMD.com is the website, but the Keto Hacking MD podcast, we're sharing all the full details about what I'm doing. Sean Baker's Never Mean. Yes, Russ, Sean along with Amber O'Hearn were the people in the carnivorous diet community that convinced me I needed to do this. So I want to publicly thank Dr. Sean Baker and Amber O'Hearn, because without them, I would not have probably given this a go, and it's given me great results now. We were all newbies once. We need to remember that always. Susan Oliver says, hashtag keto care. Keto care is a great hashtag. And I think all of us that are here, you watch me on this Jimmy Rants. I think most of you that are my regular followers, you know I sincerely care about people. Who else goes on Instagram Live twice a day trying to educate and encourage and uplift people? It's something that's at the heart of everything that I'm trying to do. Terry Hopkins official, you look so great. How do you feel? I feel fantastic. I've been able to do this despite constant negativity. I've gotten some really ugly discouragers, ugly people that are telling me I'm doing it all wrong, but I just to their face, which is why I want so bad to keep the weight loss going, and it will, but to keep the weight loss going and to keep all the changes in my health going, because that will be the best revenge to all of this. I don't know how on earth you keep putting out massive amount of information, the live rants, multiple podcasts, literature, events, etc. Thank you, TJ Swingle. I have a passion, and people often label me as a lazy man. I run circles around most people with my energy. And I'm not bragging, it's just true. I do. I have so much passion that drives me to do what I do, that the people that are the naysayers won't do an inkling of the amount of work that I've done and will continue to do for many years to come. Thank God for people like you who are here to encourage, teach, and uplift us. There are so many in the keto world that only want to dictate. Keto is not black and white. It's highly individualized. Yes, Rachel. It's so individualized, and people neglect that bio-individuality. Well, if you just cut carbs, you're in ketosis. I don't understand why you have to make it so hard. Well, you don't really need to test for anything. You just need to stop eating crap. Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'm making pork chops stuffed with provolone and spinach as I watch. Sounds cool, Kings. But looking great makes those haters very ugly, says Kitty Gaddick. Well, yeah. The most important thing right now, though, is I feel great despite the discouragement, despite the negativity. I feel so good right now. It's not even funny. Can't wait to see your results, see if I need more specific to my diet testing. Awesome, Terry. Don't let the other people get you down, says Thriving on Fats. It's a rocky road. We're all here for you. The keto community is here to be your rock. Oh, that's very sweet. And I try to be here for you guys as well. Most of you that have written to me, I personally write you back, and I personally try to help everyone. Even people that have been critical of me, I want to help those people. Because let's face it, guys, we all need encouragement. We all need to celebrate good things that are happening. And if people are making good, proactive choices towards health, We all need to rally around those people. Is it what you would necessarily do? Not always. But does that mean you need to discourage people in the midst of that? I don't think so. I think that's a very wrong way to do it. Thank you for the Keto Cure books. I already purchased it. Give them all away to a good friend dealing with prostate cancer. Everyone's journey is individual, so celebrate it. Yes, K. Neal. Yeah, if you missed episode 100 of Jimmy Rants, I gave away everybody that wanted it 6 copies of some of my books. So that's why you should watch Jimmy Rants. I don't have weight to lose, but my blood work came back borderline high triglycerides, so I've been looking into keto. Terry, keto is the answer for high triglycerides because what raises triglycerides? Carbs. So if you're wanting to go keto to help with triglycerides, I highly encourage you. And if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. And you said I need to read your book. So the one to get about triglycerides, the book of mine that will teach you about this is Cholesterol Clarity. Read that book. The subtitle you're going to laugh at. What the HDL is wrong with my numbers. So read that book and it will teach you everything you need to know about cholesterol, and it's not what your doctor is teaching you. And being normal means good manners first. That's the number one norm. Yeah, yesterday Kat's referring to somebody telling me I wasn't normal for putting butter on my meat. Why can't you just be normal? That's what they said. So, all right, guys, that is it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. As always, go to jimmyrants.com. You'll see that this show starts off on Instagram. So you'll want to follow me on Instagram if you want to engage live. I love talking to my live peeps. All you guys are awesome to engage in the content. So go follow me there. Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN. Once you're there, you can watch live, but you can also watch on the replay for up to 24 hours on Instagram. If you missed the replay on Instagram, that's okay. We put all the past episodes, which we're now in the 170s now, over onto YouTube. So go follow me on YouTube. Type in Jimmy Rants as a keyword search. You will find the show. And I said earlier in my previous Jimmy Rants, we're starting to put some bonus content on there that doesn't show up here. So put in Jimmy Rants bonus, and you'll see all of the bonus episodes, which are some interviews I've done when I attend conferences and do some B-roll type of filming. You'll get to see those things. And then finally, we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which is now, I'm proud to say, not just on Apple Podcast, but also on Stitcher. So whether you have an Android or an Apple product to listen to, you can actually access it on both now. So go follow me, Stitcher and or Apple Podcasts for the Jimmy Rants podcast. All of these links, you guys, are at jimmyrants.com. So until next time, we'll see you then.